Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathashala. I am Dr. G.P. Jayanti, Director Research and Consultancy in Avinash Lingam Institute for Home Science and Higher Education for Women. Today we are going to discuss on the module Water Sources, Uses and Quality Control in the Food Safety and Quality Control. Students, let us now discuss on the various aspects of this module. Water is an essential commodity required for all living organisms. There are various water sources from which it is available, but the purity of water available is a big question mark. It is very important that we have to see whether the water that is available is fit for human consumption. There are various testing parameters to see to the quality of water. Environmental pollution and ecological nightmare is caused mainly due to industrialization and modernization and man-made activities. Environmental water quality is also referred as ambient water quality, which relates to water bodies such as lakes, rivers and oceans. Water quality standards for surface waters depend on environmental conditions, ecosystems and human uses. Modern water quality laws usually specify protection of fisheries and recreational uses and require maintenance of current water quality standards. What are the types of water samples? First one will be bore wells. Contamination may be due to pollutants entering the water table far away from the discharge site or sewage entering the area through seepage. In all these cases, tests should be conducted at least every month. Next will be municipal mains. Municipal water sources may be contaminated by pipelines which are corroded. Water mixing with sewage lines due to defective piping has frequently been reported. All the required water parameters should be carried out every 6 months and the authorities should be informed when results indicate contamination. Another source is water tanks and reservoirs. There is a high risk of bacterial contamination in water tanks and reservoirs. Both types of structures are prone to bacterial growth if the residual chlorine levels in them are less or non-existent. A water analysis may not be required if periodic scrubbing is carried out. Bacteriological tests should be performed at least every 6 months. Basin waters. Typically, harbor basins are analyzed every year, but in some places where monsoons are very active, the water sample should be tested in the middle of the dry season when effluent discharges will remain concentrated in the water body, and again at the peak of the wet season when agricultural residues increase. Another critical period is the peak of the fishing season when the harbor is at its busiest and the ships generated pollution is likely to be at its peak. Coming to water quality assessment standards, the types of measurements of water quality indicators are very essential in the current scenario. It is important that water quality should be tested at the site because always water exists in equilibrium with its surroundings. Measurements include physical, chemical and biological parameters. Usually, water quality is sampled and analyzed at public health laboratories and quality control laboratories. There is a high demand for water quality testing among the public in the community. For this, several testing units have come up commercially for monitoring the quality of drinking water, like measurement of water pH, turbidity and dissolved oxygen levels. ISO certified laboratories continuously check the water samples for quality control. If the laboratories are not ISO certified, it is better to get their quality assessed by carrying out collaborative tests with other testing centers. Qualified technicians are required for proper sampling and analyzing the water samples. There are several high-level organizations which are responsible for the quality control of edible items. The World Health Organization (WHO), United States Environmental Protection Act (US EPA), Indian Council for Medical Research (ICMR) New Delhi, National Institute of Nutrition (NIN) Hyderabad, Pollution Control Boards at New Delhi PCB and Bureau of Indian Standards BIS are the international and national agencies who monitor the quality of consumables, give the list of physicochemical and biological chemicals and parameters that decide the quality of water sample with the desirable limits for potable water, permissible levels of samples for discharge on cultivable lands and for discharge into sewage. The water policy of the European Union has 3 directives. Directive on urban wastewater treatment dealing with discharges of municipal and some industrial wastewaters. The Drinking Water Directive concerning potable water quality, Water Framework Directive that discusses on water resources management. Laboratory assessment of the quality of a water sample involves collection, preservation, transportation and analysis. This includes consideration of many aspects. Water Quality Guidelines of South Africa categorizes the quality of water based on 2 types, whether water is used for the domestic or industrial purpose. In England and Wales, acceptable levels of drinking water supply are listed in the Water Supply or Water Quality Regulations 2000. In the United States, water quality standards is given by the Clean Water Act, denoted as CWA. Drinking water standards which apply to public water systems are issued by EPA under the Safe Drinking Water Act. We shall now see the general considerations in the collection and analysis of the water samples. The collected water sample must be representative of the water source of interest. Also, many water sources may differ with the time and location. The measurement of interest may vary from one season to another or from day to night or in response to activities of human and aquatic organisms. The assessment of interest may also vary depending on the point of collection of the water sample. The analysis also is done as a single point measurement or averaging many measurements at different locations in a different period. Another problem arises when the water sample that is collected establishes chemical equilibrium with its new surroundings, the sample container. The sample containers must be made of materials that will not interact with the water sample that is subjected to analysis. After major natural disasters, a definite period should be allowed before testing the water samples, as the sample should be allowed to return to pre-disaster levels. For example, a Colombo-based International Water Management Institute monitored the effects of salt water of Indian Ocean and reported that the wells recovered to pre-tsunami drinking water quality 1.5 years after the event. The simplest method of chemical analysis involves measurement of elements irrespective of their forms. For example, if we are interested in measuring the level of elemental oxygen in water, as water is made of oxygen, there should be a difference in the method of analysis of dissolved oxygen and diatomic oxygen and oxygen combined with other elements. We should consider soil particles suspended in water when we are interested in the analysis of heavy metals in water. These suspended soil particles may contain appreciable amounts of metals. Though the particles are in suspended form, they are used by people for drinking. Now, we shall pass on to the elaborate discussion on physicochemical and biological parameters in water samples. First, let us see the physical indicators. pH is an important parameter. pH is a measure of hydrogen ion concentration. It indicates the acidic or alkaline nature of water. Values above 9 indicates high alkalinity, while values around 3 and below indicate acidity. Marine organisms cannot grow in such environment. Water used for drinking purpose should have a pH between 6.5 and 8.5. The gills, exoskeleton and the fins of fish get damaged at the lowest and highest pH. The pH of water decides the toxicity nature of the chemicals present in water. At a pH less than 6, the solubility of mercury increases in water. Non-toxic ammonia is converted to toxic nature when the pH increases. Next is color. Minerals such as iron and manganese or substances of vegetable origin such as algae and weeds add color to the water. Also, color tests indicate the efficacy of the water treatment system. Taste and odor. Microscopic organisms like weeds and algae, industrial waste containing ammonia, phenols, halogens and hydrocarbons add taste and color to water. Because of this, the fish growing in such water become unpalatable. Chlorination of water dilutes the odor and taste caused by some contaminants. Next is temperature. It is an important water quality parameter. Any change in temperature may affect the water chemistry and alter the functions of aquatic organisms. It influences the dissolved oxygen content in water, rate of photosynthesis by algae and other fauna and flora, alters the metabolic rate and the sensitivity of organisms to toxic waste. Habits like the timing of reproduction and migration of aquatic organisms get disturbed. Many factors are responsible that can influence the temperature of water. Water temperatures may vary seasonally, daily and even hourly, especially in smaller sized water sources. The quantity and velocity of stream flow may alter the temperature. The sun is responsible only to a less extent in warming the waters of streams with a greater flow than the water with a smaller flow. Temperature affects the concentration of dissolved oxygen in a water body. Oxygen is highly soluble in cold water. Turbidity. Turbidity gives a measure of the suspended particles in water. Algae, suspended sediments and organic matter can cloud the water. This makes water more turbid. The sediment may have pathogens, pollutants and nutrients. If the turbidity of water is very low, then the ecosystem will be healthy and well functioning. There will be moderate amounts of plankton required to fuel the food chain. However, higher levels of turbidity pose several problems for water systems. Turbidity may block the light that is required by submerged aquatic vegetation. It also may increase the surface water temperatures above normal because suspended particles near the surface facilitate the absorption of heat from sunlight. Suspended soil particles may include nutrients, pesticides and other pollutants. Turbid waters have reduced dissolved oxygen. If water samples are highly turbid, then they have to be filtered, which is an expensive process. Sometimes, if sewage solids are present, pathogens may be encased in the particles and escape the action of chlorine during disinfection. Another important parameter is electrical conductivity. It is used to measure the level of total dissolved solids. An EC meter is used to measure the salts dissolved in water. The salts get ionized into positively and negatively charged ions. These ions help the water to conduct an electrical current. Sodium, potassium, calcium and magnesium are the main ions with positive charges. The important negatively charged ions are chloride, sulfate, carbonate and bicarbonate. Nitrates and phosphates contribute to conductivity to a lesser extent, but they are very important biologically. These ions may be harmful to living organisms. High salt content in water may increase the soil salinity that may affect the cultivation of crops. Conductivity may vary from one water source to another, like groundwater, water drained from agricultural fields, municipal wastewater and rainfall. Therefore, conductivity can indicate groundwater seepage. Some organic contaminants like oil, alcohol and sugar do not conduct electricity very well and will not act as good conductors of electricity. Inorganic dissolved solids are highly required for aquatic life. They regulate the flow of water in and out of organisms' cells. An increased dissolved solids may result in water balance problems for aquatic organisms. This results in decreased dissolved oxygen levels. Dissolved metals and salts include sodium, chloride, potassium, calcium, manganese, magnesium and metalloids, lead, mercury and arsenic. Now, we shall see another important constituent, metals. The presence of metals in water may be beneficial or troublesome for living organisms. Dissolved metals pass through a 0.45 micrometer membrane filter. These are the bioavailable fractions in water. Some metals are not tightly bound and are biologically available to organisms present in water. Not all metals are acutely toxic in small concentrations. The heavy metals copper, iron, cadmium, zinc, mercury and lead are the most toxic to aquatic organisms. Chemical indicators. Acidity is an important parameter. The acidity of water indicates its ability to react with a strong base. It is a measure of an aggregate property of water. Next is alkalinity. The alkalinity denotes the buffering capacity of water and refers to its ability to neutralize acidic compounds. This resists changes in pH. Alkalinity measures the amount of alkaline compounds in the water, namely carbonates, bicarbonates and hydroxides. These compounds are natural buffers that can get rid of excess hydrogen. Next comes dissolved organics. Dissolved organics include colored dissolved organic matter referred as CDOM, dissolved organic carbon DOC, pharmaceuticals and hormone analogues. Another important indicator is biochemical oxygen demand referred as BOD. The biochemical oxygen demand or BOD is the amount of oxygen required by bacteria to decompose organic substances. It denotes the oxygen required for the oxidation of chemicals in water such as sulfides, ferrous iron and ammonia. Dissolved oxygen test gives a measure of the oxygen that is available, and BOD test tells how much of oxygen is being consumed. BOD is determined by measuring the dissolved oxygen level in a freshly collected sample and after 5 days of incubation in a BOD chamber. BOD is recorded in units of milligram per liter. Unpolluted waters should have a BOD of 5 milligram per liter or less. Raw sewage may have BOD levels ranging from 150 to 300 milligram per liter. Next chemical constituent is carbonaceous biochemical oxygen demand referred as CBOD. Carbonaceous biochemical oxygen demand or CBOD measures the amount of oxygen required to break down carbon compounds excluding nitrogen. So, nitrogenous biochemical oxygen demand is another parameter referred as NBOD. NBOD is the amount of dissolved oxygen that allows for the oxidation of organic and inorganic nitrogenous compounds in a wastewater treatment plant. The testing for the BOD levels usually occurs over a period of a week, usually excluding the NBOD results. Yet another important parameter is chemical oxygen demand referred as COD. Chemical oxygen demand or COD gives a measure of the oxygen equivalent of the organic matter content of a sample that is susceptible to oxidation by a strong chemical oxidant. For samples from a specific source, COD may be related empirically to BOD, total organic carbon TOC, or organic matter. Dissolved oxygen, already we have discussed this earlier in BOD and COD. It is denoted as DO. It denotes the amount of oxygen dissolved in water. Most aquatic organisms need oxygen for their survival and growth. Without oxygen, eggs and larvae cannot develop. Many factors are responsible for dissolved oxygen content in a water source. They are temperature. Oxygen gets easily dissolved in cold water. Flow. Oxygen concentration may vary with the volume and velocity of water flowing in a stream. Aquatic plants. The water plants may affect the dissolved oxygen concentration as green plants release oxygen into the water during photosynthesis. Altitude. Oxygen is highly soluble in water at low altitudes than at high altitudes. Dissolved or suspended solids. Oxygen is also more easily dissolved in water with low levels of dissolved or suspended solids. Human activities also affect dissolved oxygen. Water sources with high dissolved oxygen concentrations greater than 8 mg per liter considered good because they can support the growth of aquatic organisms. If dissolved oxygen levels are less than 3 mg per liter, it may cause stress to aquatic organisms. Most fish die at 1 to 2 mg per liter of dissolved oxygen. However, fish can migrate away from the water with low dissolved oxygen. Water with low dissolved oxygen from 2 to 0.5 mg per liter is considered to cause hypoxia, and water with less than 0.5 mg per liter cause anoxia. Temperature greatly affects dissolved oxygen content in water. Then comes another parameter, total hardness. Hardness is an important quality parameter of any water sample, which depends on the presence of calcium and magnesium salts referred as temporary hardness, and bicarbonate and carbonate with sulfates, chlorides and other anions of mineral acids referred as permanent hardness. Now, we shall discuss on the other chemical constituents of water. First one is nitrogen. Nitrogen occurs naturally in both fresh and salt water. It is required for plant growth. Increased level of nitrogen in water may lead to excess algal growth. Nitrogen depletes the available oxygen in water that fish and other aquatic organisms depend upon. Nitrogen is in the atmosphere or in the soil is involved in the nitrogen cycle. Nitrogen is present in natural waters in various forms like nitrate, nitrite or ammonia. Nitrate is the most common form tested and expressed as nitrate nitrogen. Ammonia is the least stable form of nitrogen. Hence, its measurement is difficult. Nitrite is unstable and is usually present in much lower amounts than nitrate. Nitrogen as ammonia. Ammonia is an important pollutant in water as it is highly toxic. It is discharged in large amount in industrial, agricultural and domestic waste waters. In aqueous solutions, ammonia is present in two chemical forms as ammonium ionized, less or non-toxic, and ammonia unionized, that is toxic. Nitrogen as nitrate. Nitrate is present in trace amount in surface water. It is an important nutrient for many photosynthetic autotrophs. It is only found in trace amounts in fresh domestic wastewater, and nitrate is found in concentration up to 30 mg as nitrogen per liter. Nitrate is a less serious environmental pollution and problem. It is relatively non-toxic to aquatic organisms. Nitrogen as nitrite. Nitrite is highly toxic to aquatic life, but it is usually present only in trace amounts in most natural freshwater systems as it is rapidly oxidized to nitrate. Nitrogen as total Kjeldahl nitrogen. Organic nitrogen and ammonia, if estimated together, is referred to as Kjeldahl nitrogen or denoted as TKN. This term indicates the technique used in their determination. Nitrogen organic. It is the byproduct of living organisms. It includes proteins and peptides, nucleic acids and urea, and numerous synthetic organic materials. Organic nitrogen concentrations vary from a few hundred micrograms per liter in some lakes to more than 20 mg per liter in raw sewage. Phosphorus. Phosphorus is an important nutrient required for plant growth. Phosphorus usually occurs in nature as phosphate. Phosphate present bound to plant or animal tissue is known as organic phosphate. Phosphate that is not associated with organic material is known as inorganic phosphate. Both forms are present in water sources, either dissolved or suspended fixed to particles in the water column. Inorganic phosphate is often referred to as orthophosphate. It is the form most readily available to plants. This serves as an indicator of problem for plant and algal growth. The third important category of indicators is biological indicators. Biological monitoring includes identifying the abundance of members of the insect orders Ephemeroptera, Plecoptera and Trichoptera. Common names are respectively mayfly, stonefly and caddisfly, referred as EPT indexes. This index will have different values in water in different places. Microorganisms, namely fecal coliform bacteria like Escherichia coli, Cryptosporidium, Giardia lamblia may be present in contaminated water. Bivalve mollusks. They are used as bioindicators which will help to monitor the health of aquatic environments. Their presence indicates the level of contamination of the ecosystem. E. coli is a bacterial species found in the fecal matter of warm-blooded animals, namely humans, other mammals and birds. Fecal coliform. Human and animal waste, if contaminated in water, may be the cause for pathogenic or disease-causing bacteria and viruses. The organisms that cause diseases are accompanied by other common types of non-pathogenic bacteria found in animal intestines such as fecal coliform bacteria, Enterococci bacteria and Escherichia coli or E. coli bacteria. Dear students, hope the lesson was very interesting about quality control in water. Water, it is a simple commodity, but see how many tests we have to do in this water sample, be it drinking water or water used for industries or for any other purposes like even agriculture, because it is the main causative agent that is bringing about many hazards and also many useful applications to mankind. And we have seen, to summarize, we have discussed many parameters, basically the physical parameters, chemical parameters and biological parameters, which seem to be the correct indicators in analyzing the quality of water. Right from the beginning of the discussion about the different sources of water and how to collect the water samples and how to do the analysis, everything presented in a nutshell, and we see that there are a battery of parameters to be discussed and to be analyzed. Finally the results have to be interpreted in determining the quality of water. So any nation or any place in the globe, everyone universally we accept that water quality testing is an essential event or a process that is the need of the hour.